What's going on, YouTube? My name is Ralph.
And my name is Chapat.
And together we are the JPs.
If you have not already done so, please be sure to hit the bell so that you can get updates for all our new videos, which come out every single Thursday.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So tonight we're going to get right into it. Timali, I have to tell you something. Okay? This is not easy for me. It's not me. It's you, Timali.
Oh! Check your tires.
Huh?
Check your tires. So, at one point or another, some of us have
been... That was funny. You're number one actress.
Some of us have been through a breakup. And with those breakups, you know, there's so much emotions involved within those breakups. Whether you were the one doing the breaking up or being broken up with, there's still a lot of emotions attached for it. Yeah. And so today we're going to be tackling, I just broke up a relationship. Now what? Yeah.
You're going through it. You're in the heat of it. There's a lot of emotions. What am I going to do now? So what we looked at is we talked to different couples, friends of ours, and also did some research and also going off of our own past and personal experiences. And breakups are different for men and women, right? So, and it also depends on who did the breakup. Like if I broke up with somebody or if they broke up with me. If a woman breaks up with me, then for the man, typically, you know, it's a shot to the ego. It's a shot to the esteem. You know, our esteem goes low because like, man, what's wrong with me? Why would she break up with me? Like, I'm awesome. I'm amazing. What's wrong with her? Right? But if we did the breakup, then men, we don't always take the time to deal with the emotions right away. What we do is we call up the homeboys, like, hey, yo, I'm free. Free at last. Thank God Almighty, I'm free at last. And we go out, we celebrate, we do all these things, but we don't take time to deal with the emotions. So what happens, though, is we suppress it, but the emotions hit us later on like a brick wall.
And for women, you know, it's definitely the opposite. Of course, if we're the ones that done the breakup, there's a celebration there. You know, we call our homegirls and we celebrate and we move on. He ain't no good. But if we're the ones that was broken up with, you know, we homegirls, they come over, eat ice cream, candy bars, you know, typically. And of course, that's not for everyone. And, you know, we talk about his mama, how we can't stand his mama, his homeboy stupid, you know, and the list goes on. You know, we kind of bash, but at the same rate, you know, we talk about the emotional aspects of how, you know, we feel hurt and things along those lines. So it's very different between men and women in many cases.
Yeah. And if you're going through a breakup right now, man, you're going through a tough time. And listen, you have to trust in that process of healing. It's okay to be dealing with all these emotions. You're agitated, you're angry, you're frustrated, you're confused. It's okay to go through all these emotions because breakups are hard. They are hard because you invest so much. You invest your time, money, effort, energy. Like, you know, the money part, I can get that back. Right. But the time part, I'll never get that back. It's like, you know, I put so much time into this and, you know, everybody was like, oh my gosh, y'all so cute together.
I can't wait for the wedding.
I'm invited, right? Or maybe it's like your family knew about this. Your church knew about this. Everybody in the community knew about this. And you guys were the one. And now you feel like you're letting everybody down, right? So you're going through all these emotions. It's okay. What we advise is to go through that period where you begin the process of healing. That is so crucial and so important before you jump into your next relationship.
So there's no set time, whether it's 6 months, whether it's a year, but you have to go through the healing process prior to moving on to another relationship. You know, take lessons from that relationship that didn't work out. You know, what didn't work out. Of course, you know, both parties have their own blame and, you know, be truly honest and open and don't put the blame just on one side. You know, we both played our role into the relationship and just be truly open and honest about those facts.
Yeah. And don't be out here searching for rebound folks, man. Right. That's not fair to that person. And it's also not fair to you too. You've been hurt. Maybe you're broken or maybe you feel broken. It's important to go through that process. And as Chapat said, for some people, it may take 6 months to heal. It may take a year, it may take longer, but go through that process. What you don't want to do is bring all that baggage into your next relationship. Because if you're still hurting and you haven't dealt with it, you could find someone that's really good for you, but you end up ruining it because you're just not ready for a relationship.
Right. You know, there's comparisons happening left and right, and you know, this person did this and you don't do that, and the constant comparison for the other person could prevent you from moving on to something greater.
Yeah. That's tough because I remember when I went through my breakup, man. I went through some phases. I went through many different phases. But I remember the first phase was like, man, if that woman couldn't love me like I thought she could, and I couldn't love her, then ain't no woman out there who won't be able to love me. That's what I thought. Lies, okay? That's not true. And then my second phase was, man, I'm just going to be like Paul in the Bible, and I'm going to be celibate, and I ain't going to have no woman. I'm just going to serve the Lord my whole life, and women ain't no good. Lies, okay? And then my third phase was like, ooh, this homegirl look good. She look good. She's a potential. She might work out. Everybody was a potential. That's not true either. But I went through those phases because I also knew that there's going to be a time where I was going to come out of those phases. I believe that this process was a process. Like there's going to come to a point where I'm going to move on beyond this hurt and all these emotions that I'm dealing with. And I believed in that process and I went through it and I didn't rush it. I didn't bring my baggage to my wife. I dealt with it. You're welcome. You're welcome. But it's important to go through that. And also, if you've been hurt, you don't want to look at that past experience as the determining factor for the future. Like, if you were in a bad relationship, it doesn't mean all of your relationships are going to be bad. It doesn't mean all men are no good or all women are no good. Your past doesn't have to define your future. Right. You just don't want to go through life with that kind of burden.
Yeah, definitely. To speak on what Ralph is saying, believe that you will get over this hump, that this breakup, you deal with it honestly and truly, and you'll be clear from it, and you'll be able to move on to a new relationship that may be something great. The past relationship may not have been as great, but this one, hey, I'm believing this is going to be something better. I've worked on myself, and I've dealt with those issues, and I've dealt with whatever happened, and I'm moving forward.
Yeah. The last thing we'll say is, listen, leaving someone that you were not meant to be with can get you on the path of getting to that person that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with.
Absolutely.
So although right now it may not feel like that, the hurt, the tears and the crying for both men and women, you're frustrated, you're angry, and it doesn't feel like there's hope, but you may have just left something good for something great. You just have to go through that process. And it takes patience. It takes discernment. It really is going to take that, understanding of what didn't work out, then
being true and honest,
and you can find something that's going to work out a lot better. So go through the process. It's okay. It's okay to go through that process. And on the end of it, you'll be so much better for it.
So much better in many ways.
Yeah. Right. So breakups are hard, man. They're tough. But, a breakup where you leave behind something that was good or not so good can lead to something great. Greater, right? And that's important. Go through that process. Take your time. Don't let nobody rush you, tell you how long it's supposed to take. But also don't spend too much time taking your time.
Don't prolong it either.
Don't prolong it. Don't put too much of a burden on yourself, but go through it healthily. And that's important. All right? So, thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week for our next video. A lot of exciting things happening on this channel. Check out my watch, man. Y'all know my watch game's sick, man. My watch game's sick. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend, and tell us in the comments what y'all think. Tell us, what are some experiences that you've had, and make sure you're sharing your stories with us.
Share your stories and share suggestions for upcoming topics.
Yeah, we are always open and welcome to having you. So thank you guys for tuning in. See you next week.
See you next week. Oh, Joseph. I'll kidnap him.
You did it so well. Okay, hold on. My bad. We're not gonna